I don't know how to intro the show.
Do we want to? Are we gonna do something a little more formal?
We have a name for this podcast now. It's officially been called. Should we make a theme song?
I think we should make a theme song. To be honest,
How about we just take the song that we ripped this from, then edit it so that it goes like it's like normal Hannah Montana saying "Life's what," and then we both say "Rate," and then we just edit that in.
I'm down. That's good. It's life. Which
Welcome to Life's What You Rate It, Episode 1 with Michael and Marcus Nip from WackMatters.com. I love that we pretend that we're good podcasters, but we put so much pauses between things while we talk and then edit it out that you guys...
Yeah.
Like, we literally have to listen to this whole show and then cut it all back.
Yeah, we have to cut back, like, literally, like, sometimes. And sometimes,
We cut out 14 minutes of last episode.
Yeah. And, like, sometimes I think it's just we talk with a weird cadence to where sometimes it's not that we can't think of a joke or something. We just leave a lot of dead air.
Or sometimes I just tell a joke really slowly. Like that.
Or other times we also just, like, there's a few minutes when we just forgot to be funny last time. Just whole minutes of just me and Michael not remembering that we had to be funny.
I'm having a real, like, vibe issue going on. I'm gonna try something.
Are you gonna set the mood with these lights? Ooh. Getting a little intimate. All those army
a couple
men.
army men that my daughter dumped out behind my chair. I feel like this lighting is just better. Like, I feel funnier now.
I feel like those funny juices are just flowing.
All right, now we'll go straight to it. Now that wait, hold on. Let's redo the intro. Hello and welcome to... I forgot the name of the podcast. Let's redo again. Hello and welcome to Episode 1 of WackMatters.com presents Life's What You Rate It, where Michael and Marcus Snip
rate life?
I'm gonna cut out some of the silence while I think of something to say. Stop laughing. Alright, you try.
Oh. Cool, we're just taking turns. We're just going to use the best one. We'll have them vote on what one they think is the funniest.
We don't have a host here.
Welcome to WackMatters' newest edition. I got it this time. Welcome to WackMatters' newest product, Life's What You Rate It, featuring Michael and Marcus Nip as they talk about everything in life and rate it on a numerical scale from 1 to 10.
It's not really a product.
Yeah, I didn't think I needed a word, a feature.
Podcast?
I mean...
Hello and welcome to Episode 1 of Life's What You Rate It. WackMatters.com presents the... why do I have to say... I don't have to say .com either. Like, I accidentally named the Facebook page .com. And I don't think I could change it. Alright, here we go. Hello and welcome to WackMatters... Hello and welcome to... Son of a gun. I can't remember anything.
I got it. Hello and welcome to Life's What You Rate It. I forgot again.
Do it again.
Hello and welcome to... I forgot.
Why? Oh, we go. Hello and welcome to Life's What You Rate It, Episode 1, with Michael and Marcus Nip, the podcast. We rate everything that exists on a scale from 1 to 10. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, the cuts I'll cut out. Obviously, the big dead spaces I'll cut out.
But, like, yeah, like... maybe we should try to be funny in the intro, though. Maybe make a joke. Do you know any good jokes you could tell?
Gonna be us doing it sexy and serious.
Oh, we're supposed to be doing it serious?
Well, sexy and serious.
Oh, sexy and serious. I have no idea how to do computers, dog. But what about this? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, if you're into that. Welcome to WackMatters' newest podcast, Life's What You Rate It, with Michael and Marcus Nip, as they just talk about everything in life and tell you what's good or not. How's that?
No.
Dang it. What is the psych joke? What does he go? Oh, yeah.
We'll do a little call and response. Hello and welcome to WackMatters.com present... Why do I always do that? Hello and welcome to Episode 1 of Life's What You Rate It, the show where Michael...
and Marcus...
review everything ever. No, that's not funny.
Oh, dude, we need to figure out a freaking 30 Rock ratio to how many seconds we can let be on the podcast without being funny.
Hello and welcome to Life's What You Rated, Episode 1 with Michael
and Marcus.
Nip. We're just doing a podcast where we hang out and review everything in the entire world so that you don't have to.
Yeah, so you don't have to waste your time on that trash garbage that exists.
We've been trying to record an intro for 10 minutes now.
And you want to know something? It's been 100% funny and good.
Let's rate recording an intro to a podcast.
I mean, it was fun. I enjoyed it, to be honest. That's a bonus.
The thing is, I've recorded a lot of podcasts in my life. I actually have documented evidence of hundreds of hours of podcasts I've recorded. I have always hated intros. No, I only hate the part of the intros where you actually... I hate the part of the intros where you have to actually say what the show is and what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm bad at that.
We didn't do that last time.
No, we're just talking. We're saying dumb stuff.
But on, like, if we're doing a goofy intro, like, here, let's just pretend that we didn't have to do all that stuff at the beginning, and this is how I actually was thinking about starting the show. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, not much. What's up with you, dog?
All right, let's cut to the chase. We have to talk about the elephant in the room that occurred this week that I figured now would be the best way to actually approach this subject now that we are on a podcast where we're supposed to review things for people. Because something happened this week as we were living our lives together that I feel needs to be addressed. Earlier in my life, a couple weeks ago, my wife introduced me to a brand of ice cream, Haagen-Dazs ice cream, butter pecan flavor. I'd never had it in my life. It sounded gross to me, but I tried it, and it was the greatest thing in the entire world. And I gave you a bite, a couple bites maybe, 2 bites?
2 bites.
2 bites. And you said...
It's fine. It's ice cream.
This ice cream is what I've been blowing so much money on because I eat, let's say, 3 tubs a week at this point. I've been eating 3 tubs a week of Haagen-Dazs butter pecan ice cream, and I have been sinking all my investments into this, and you say it's...
Fine. It's alright.
If you rated Haagen-Dazs ice cream, what would you rate it?
I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. Like, it was better than alright. Like, it was, I don't like, as somebody who doesn't like ice cream, really, it was not bad. So, let's say 6 out of 10. I feel like Michael's heart broke a little bit, and he's now regretting doing this podcast with me.
I can't believe that you can... Only a 6. I don't even like ice cream that much. Not even a 7? Good?
I don't like... I wouldn't go out of my way to eat that. Like, strawberry ice cream, I would go out of my way to eat strawberry ice cream. Or raspberry ice cream, those are 7s.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Lonely... I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody for my own. So actually, like, on real news, something else that also did happen this week. My dog apparently took a massive diarrhea all over the backyard. Got a ton of diarrhea sucked to his butt. Then smeared it all over the basement. So I had to take care of that. That was exciting and fun. I would rate that experience a 2 out of 10. Because of what our 2 is for the show. Oh, we're going to do a live taste test?
I have 2
ice cream tubs.
I have 2 14-ounce containers of ice cream in front of me. Both Haagen-Dazs, so there's a fair comparison. Butter pecan and strawberry.
I'm going to close my eyes.
And you have to guess which one you're tasting.
And say which one I like better.
No, you have to say which one you're tasting first.
Okay. I'm closing my eyes, right?
Yeah, you have to narrate this because I'm not on mic.
Okay. Cool. So, I have my eyes closed. I don't know how close he is to getting this in the gob. It's cold.
What is it?
It's strawberry ice cream.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's strawberry ice cream.
You got that right. What do you think about it?
I think it's pretty good. It's a 7 out of 10. I would recommend it.
Alright, second bite. Hold on. Messed up. Right,
It's
second bite.
I'm not as much of a fan of this.
Oh.
Was it strawberry ice cream again?
Yes.
I didn't get any strawberries in it.
Alright, thoughts on this one?
Is it strawberry ice cream again?
Yes. Thoughts?
I like it.
A little less than the first time.
I mean, I didn't get any strawberries in the second 2 bites, so it was a bummer.
The fourth bite.
That was a good bite.
What was it?
I don't know. My mouth is just kind of cold at this point. My tongue's a little numb.
You couldn't tell which one it was?
Hold on. There's a strawberry in it. Strawberry ice cream.
Alright, hold on. We gotta find a palate cleanser.
Man, I never knew how unsure of myself I was going to be about taste testing stuff without being able to see what it is. Because holy crap, I'm so nervous that I'm just going to get it wrong like a casual. Oh, dude.
You have to open your eyes because I don't have a cup.
I freaking sprayed ice cream all over my pop filter. You have to do you have to do audio representation of what you're doing so people know.
My eyes closed.
Oh boy. I'm so unsure of myself though.
What are you tasting?
Strawberry ice cream.
How'd you rate it?
7 out of 10.
Alright.
That's pretty good. Okay, cool. Dude, there's also wicked floaties in that. It's fine, I don't know what they are though.
Alright, close your eyes.
Alright, I'm ready for this. It's not strawberry ice cream.
What was it?
I'm gonna guess it was butter pecan.
And?
Oh, it might be a 7. It was fine. It was pretty good.
Hold on.
I enjoyed it more that time. You know, the texture of the nut adds a lot to it. I'm a fan.
And?
I'll give it a 7. 7 out of 10. I enjoyed that. I keep thinking that I should try to say something funny while Michael's gone, but I can't think of anything good. Oh my gosh. This is just very good audio.
We're gonna cut so much of this out. Girls like ice cream. This will be a good way to get them on board with the podcast.
I'm also single, so...
Alright. So, we're spending all of our money on me buying Haagen-Dazs butter pecan ice cream. Breyer's butter pecan ice cream is literally half the price. I needed to know if I was wasting my money. So now you have to perform a blind taste test for me on whether I can tell the difference between these two ice creams.
Okay, cool. I got this.
I need to go find a blindfold.
You can't trust yourself?
I'll close my eyes.
I think you're a big boy. Just don't cheat. See if I can parkour around this.
My eyes are closed. My tongue is ready.
I'm going to open this one up first of all.
I do appreciate that I was able to, increase your appreciation of the butter pecan ice cream, but I still think you're not giving it enough love. I'm just genuinely curious if I'm going to be able to tell the difference between these two ice creams. Let me know when you're ready and I'll move around. So you're not. Dude, this is so good.
Have a guess on which one it is, or do you want to wait?
This is the Haagen-Dazs.
Okay.
I don't even know what the other stuff tastes like because I haven't tasted it yet. But this is so good. Alright, hold on. Let me swallow. Alright, hit me. This is not Haagen-Dazs.
Right.
But it's not bad. This is like a 7 out of 10. Take a bite.
No.
No, it's not as good.
You can definitely tell the difference. That's not as good.
Alright, do we even need to go on or...
No.
No, it's just not as good. The butter pecan Haagen-Dazs ice cream is so good. It's creamy as all get out.
Yeah, there's a clear textural difference.
I will definitely eat
in that.
the other stuff, but it's not as good. Alright, I'm gonna put these up before they freeze.
Sometimes I forget that I was in a play. That one time because Mom made me be, and then I see all these really, really weird people on my Facebook and stuff, and I'm like, how do I know this? Oh, right. They're theater kids.
Now that we have approximately 2 minutes of content, let's start the show.
Right. What is the show?
Lives, what you rate it. So we got our idea. Let's just talk about this name. We had a really hard time naming this podcast.
I have a good, I would say, 13 not good names.
I think I provided 2 names to the mix.
You provided one that was good, and then it was taken already, and then the one we're using.
Well, let's face it, I have not looked up this to see whether it was used, because I didn't want to be that disheartened again.
Yeah,
what was the other name I had?
Life by Numbers.
Life by Numbers. That's not that good.
It's pretty good, though. It's better than... Well, I mean, also, if you're throwing up literal brick after brick after brick, and that's all you're hearing for name ideas...
Sure.
And then you come up with one that's even okay, it's going to seem like a Kobe moment.
I feel good about Life's What You Rate It.
Especially in the sense of it's just a Hannah Montana joke, to us at least.
Well, to everyone. Everyone knows Hannah Montana songs that is our age. I don't think anyone older or younger than us will get the jokes, but at least that we... Life's what you rated, so let's make it rock.
Make it rock!
Your life's what you rated, so come on. Come on, everybody now. Did you come to the table with anything that you wanted to talk about?
I've been, like, waddling back and forth. Waddling? Swaying?
Waffling?
Waffling.
No. Waffling.
I've been going back and forth having this argument about how ridiculous and heady and, like, kind of meta I want to get and how early I want to do that.
All right, hit me, because we can just cut this off real early.
What do you know about sports, Michael?
I know there are 8 different sports.
There are 8 different sports.
Yeah.
Can we name them real quick? Can you just real quick give those to me?
Baseball, soccer, rugby, 2 types of football. That's 5, right?
Yeah.
Poker, I got one more, right?
Yeah.
Basketball.
Did you already say basketball?
Baseball.
Right, so we got the 8 sports that exist in the world out of the way. Now, what do you think... So hold on, let's talk about each of these sports individually. So we have baseball first of all. What do you think of baseball? What are the pros and cons? Just real quick overview of baseball.
Like playing it? Or just like in general?
The whole
baseball is the American sport.
It's America's pastime.
It's America's pastime. When we are bored, like if you have nothing, I assume that means if you have nothing else to do, you're playing baseball. So you wake up in the morning, feeling like P. Diddy, go to the bathroom, take a shower. What do you do before work?
Brush your teeth real quick with a bottle of Jack, and then
before work,
you have that time to kill. I'm assuming you just go play some baseball.
You play
right?
baseball.
That's what I do.
You come home from work. Your kids are crazy, but you are trying to wind down from the day of work. What do?
Play a little baseball. Is what I do.
You are in bed, and your wife goes to take a shower, and you're alone. And what do?
Play some baseball.
What do you do? What are times when you're bored? I don't know anything about you.
When no customers are in the store at the company I work at, I'm not making drinks or anything. I'm not being a barista. Just play a little baseball.
When the cows escape the pasture and the roosters crowing in the morning. I was trying to make a reference to
the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah!
Oh boy!
Yeah!
Yes!
Ducks play together!
Hold on. What sport are they playing in
the other type of football?
Right.
Yeah, remember.
Right. 2 types of football. My bad. I forgot. Okay, so baseball. It's America's pastime. So we're all nonstop. Like, literally, we're going to finish this podcast, play a little baseball, then I have some plans for tonight. Michael's probably going to keep playing baseball.
Yeah.
Next sport, basketball.
Did you actually remember these? Okay. Basketball.
For the most part.
Michael Jordan's sport. It's also the sport of aliens. Clearly the movie Space Jam is when it's time to jam, hold on. How's the song go? It's time to slam, so open up the jam, pump up the jam. Pump up the jam, isn't that also a Hannah Montana song?
Come on and slam.
There we go.
Welcome to the jam. It is definitely more slams and jams go on in this sport than any other.
Is basketball the coolest sport?
Yeah.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court.
You know what's like...
I keep it so fresh on the microphone. I got no interruption when the game is on. I like slam dunks that take me to the hoop. My favorite play is the alley-oop. I like to pick and roll. I like to give and go. If it's basketball, bow wow, let's go.
Playing basketball.
Put it up, y'all.
That basketball.
For the 1 to the 2.
Next, soccer. What do you think about soccer?
I didn't say soccer.
Could have sworn you said soccer.
I said 2 types of football.
No, you said soccer and then 2 types of football. You did say that.
Dang it.
Idiot. Because I was like, okay.
I like soccer. It's fun. I played it for a long time, and I also refereed it. Didn't like that part. I don't like people yelling at me.
What position?
So I decided to make a podcast on the internet.
I couldn't deal with people giving me crap about stuff, so I decided to post my thoughts about things and my views
definitively
on the internet.
Yeah,
and we also only hard stances.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
That's not funny. It's just how I was.
That's not a joke.
Yeah.
The first type of football.
The kind with the pig skins.
Yeah.
Let's kick this pig.
Yeah. Kicking pigs, milking chickens. That's what we do here in the U.S.
That's
What all have we actually said about sports? Can we actually talk about sports and sound competent? I don't think I could.
I mean, it depends. Like, we know how to... Like, I know the general rules of most of the major sports in America, save the second type of football, the one, the Mighty Ducks. I actually don't know the rules to that sport very much. But most of the other sports, I can, like, watch a game and follow it. Like, is that what you mean? Like, no, I'm not going to know that player's BPA rating and his, like, ETO rating. But
are those real things for sports, or did you just say out some letters?
I said letters.
Okay.
You called my bluff. I know what an RBI
What is that?
Runs batted in. That means, like, they didn't score the run by touching home plate with their foot, but they hit the ball that made someone else touch home plate with their foot. They got an RBI.
Or wait, we already moved on from soccer, but I want to go back to soccer real quick.
Okay.
You played soccer.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of sports have these things called stats that people keep.
Yeah.
Is soccer stats kept just from, like, how many good kicks you have? Just if you have a good kick, it's one point, and if you have a bad kick, it's negative points.
No, so they have stats for soccer. I feel like the most stat heavy sport is baseball, because I tried to read baseball articles this year, and it's essentially like listening to someone talk about Kingdom Hearts.
Just unlistenable.
But with soccer, they basically have, like, shots on goal, steals, fouls.
So it's just Rocket League stuff?
Well, yeah, like normal things that you keep track of, assists,
So
like things that, like, not any, like, thing ridiculous.
Okay, Michael, real quick though. I was trying to say something funny for a funny podcast, so I was going to say that soccer's just kept from a ratio of good kicks. If you did a good kick, you got a point for your stats. But we can actually we could talk about actual soccer if you want to.
Soccer is serious. While the other sports are comedic, soccer is the only serious sport.
Okay, fine. Because that kind of is true. I was about to say, fine. Do you think they just give people points for good tackles? But they do, actually.
Why isn't it basketball where they just give people points for good shots?
Literally, though, that's not a stats thing. That's just you literally get the points for good shots.
I'm not talking whether it goes in the hoop or not. Just like, was it a good one? Like, if you only saw the player shoot the ball, but not where the ball went, how would you rate it?
You want to know something, Michael? There's a period of time when I was like, if people get together and say, let's play a sport real quick, everybody plays, pick up basketball. Like, that's what people do. So I said, it's about time that I learn any of the rules of this sport and or how to look like I've touched a basketball before in my whole life at the age of 19 years old. So I had my friend Will teach me how to shoot a basketball, because my current method was essentially I would jump in the air and then shock put it from my chest almost. Like, it was that bad.
Did you say shock put?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's shot put.
No, I don't. I think it's what I said.
Unless you, like, Kamehameha it, in which case it's like their move is called Kamehameha, I think. I just
Hadokened the mess out of a basketball
there we go.
Into the hoop.
In fact, he even said it every time he shot.
Hadoken! So, I got to the point when the ball was never going into the hoop, ever. But if you just looked at me, it looked like, at least while shooting a basketball, I was competent.
Yeah.
So I would have killed those stat sheets.
Yeah.
Not done good. Alright, second type of football.
I already don't know much about this, except there's a bunch of movies about them called D something, The Mighty Ducks. D1? Nope.
No,
it's just called The Mighty Ducks.
It's just called Mighty Ducks, and then there's D2, The Mighty Ducks, and then The Mighty Ducks 3.
And then isn't there like a Mighty Ducks cartoon where they're like superheroes?
I feel like that exists, but I have no proof or recollection of it.
I feel like there's like
it's like I almost...
They're actual ducks.
Yeah.
Like
they're not actual, like, they're like...
It's a tie-in to like Scrooge and them. Or like
DuckTales? Woo!
Yeah. Dang it, you were supposed to call a response. Let's try again.
Like DuckTales? Woo! Crushed it.
Yeah.
Got it in one. Baseball. I would give baseball a 5 out of 10. I freaking hate that sport.
A 5 out of 10 is not you freaking hate it. Who freaking hate it is at least
no.
We don't say that word. 2.
No, for real though, I think like baseball is a 4 to a 5. Like, I don't... watching baseball, at least, is a 4 to a 5.
I was going to give it a 7.
Watching?
Like, watching it with my with my eyes?
Yeah. Like, you use your eyes.
Like,
and
in the park or out of the park on TV?
Either or.
Alright, in the park, I'm going to give watching baseball, like, at least an 8.
I'm not a fan. It's hot. There are bugs out. I think the sport's boring to watch.
Don't you want to buy an $8 hot dog and drink a $5 Coke and then, like...
Yeah, I can do that at the movies, dog.
Where else can you be with 100 people and sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game?
I've never wanted to do that.
I said 100 other people. Like,
there's only 100 people who go to Storm Chasers games or the College World Series.
Oh, actually, Storm Chasers games are pretty small.
They actually might. I mean,
you're gonna give it a what?
I would give it like a 5. I think it's boring, or a 4 because I think it might be actively bad.
No. Baseball is like it's got a good smell. It's got a good sound. But it's so like Americanic.
What people say about soccer, they're like, nothing happens, nobody scores, and I'm like, people are always moving, stuff's always going on in soccer. It's how I feel about baseball. Like, the guy throws the ball, and like literally, if he does a good job, the guy swings, misses, and then it's a strike and gives the ball back. But
here's the thing: you're saying a bad thing, like it's a thing, like it's a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. If you're talking about watching baseball on TV, there's not a lot more boring than watching baseball on TV.
If you want to bring up the environment of a baseball game to me, that is a different thing than the sport.
Now, which I will, which is why I say that's higher. Now, one of the benefits of baseball is how slow it is.
You can take a nap, you can go take a pee.
So recently, I've decided that I'm going to be a baseball fanboy. And I've started, I paid a $3 subscription to get audio for the baseball games. You can literally put a baseball game on the radio and do anything else and just kind of passively pay attention. And at the end of the game, if it's a close game, you can listen and you're actually it makes more of sense to be listening to it then. But there's something just I don't know, maybe it's just me getting old, but there's something real old town America about it, where you can have a baseball game on while you're working on your car in your garage. And I don't have a car. I mean, I have a car, but I don't have a garage. And it just, I don't know, there's something like chicken soup about it.
I cannot get down on baseball.
That's fair. I mean, I also had the same idea for a very long time until basically I had children, and then all of a sudden it just became nice to have something that you could pay attention to outside of other things.
Let's split the difference. We'll give baseball a 6. You said 7. I was going to say 5.
I mean, 5 is most people. I think most people don't care about baseball.
I know way more people who would give it a 7.
I never thought we would actually have to argue on this podcast except about ice cream. But I guess we can give baseball a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10
is fair. It's fair. It's better than average. It's all right. It's got problems though, which I'll even agree with.
Basketball, 10 out of 10.
No way, man.
Okay, what other sport has more slams or jams or has inspired the music world more?
If we're rating just the music world, what sport has inspired the music world more? The second soccer?
Yeah, there's lots of great songs that come out of the second soccer.
Did I say second soccer?
Not second
football. Dang it. We're so bad at maintaining our bits. I'm basically the Jimmy Fallon of this podcast. Yeah, there's no songs about any sport except basketball that I can think of.
And basketball, it's cool. I'm very bad at basketball. There's no sport besides maybe baseball that I'm worse at than basketball.
Is an 8 out of 10, I'd say. Right? Because basketball...
Because there's a lot of rules in basketball that I think suck.
Yeah.
Also, I think basketball has produced more tools.
Now that you bring it, that was the first thing I was going to say, is basketball is also the, sport that could just make you the most, butthole-ish of all sports, because it's all about, it looks real cool when you slam a jamma, and so, and also Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan made the sport of basketball the coolest thing.
So when Michael played, it was a 10, but now, over the years, 8.
When Michael Jordan played basketball, it was a 10 out of 10. It was, and so we had a comment on this last episode of our podcast where someone said they would basically never use 10 out of 10s unless something was transcendent. Watching Michael Jordan play basketball is high art. Especially 90s or whatever, Michael Jordan playing basketball is transcendent. You do feel things, unexplainable things in the core of your being when you watch Michael Jackson highlight clips to I believe I could fly.
Or when you watch him do that really cool lean because you for sure said Michael Jackson.
Dang it!
You 100% for sure did.
When Michael Jackson says,
or just that sick lean, dog. Or some of those spins. Man, actually, both of the Michaels do some pretty good spins. Just one happens to have a ball.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
Football, quick! We gotta hurry through this. We're killing so much
We're gonna
time.
edit so much of this.
Football.
7. Continue.
Soccer.
8.
I would maybe give it a 9 because I think there's a lot of cool things about soccer.
No argument. 9.
9. All right. Second, football.
4. No.
5 or a 6.
What a second football.
Hockey.
I mean, hockey is kind of awesome, but no one knows how to play it.
Nobody knows anything about hockey except for it's pretty cool to
In
watch.
my brain, it's a 9. It might be the best sport, but no one knows how to play it, so it's a 6.
6. Okay, cool. All right. E.
10.
10. Cool.
Because esports are the best sports that require the most out of their athletes.
All right, and the last of the 7, baseball.
I said poker.
Frick me, I forgot you did say poker. Poker, 4. No, because it's fun to play and real interesting to watch, especially when people tell you stuff like, "Hey, dude, you can't leave the table in the middle of these games, so people will just take dumps in their pants."
Let's do 2 things. One, let's rate poker as a sport.
I don't think it's a very good sport.
1 out of 10.
Yeah, it's not a good sport.
Now let's rate poker as a game.
6.
No, man.
I've never got anybody to play very good with
poker's good, man.
me. Did you have people who would play with you ever?
Yeah.
Oh, then that could be my fault. I've never experienced a legit game of poker because everybody got bored.
8 out of 10. Because there are problems, mainly that there's so much chance involved, but it's so good with the strats of bluffing and
not bluffing,
playing with the Queen of Hearts.
And like knowing when to hold the aces and when to run and stuff.
Yeah, like you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run.
All right, and then finally the last sport, baseball.
Baseball is pretty good. I'll give it like a 6.
6, yeah, 6 out of 10. Sounds
Okay,
good.
cool.
All right, now the idea of sports. What do we give the idea of sports overall? Because like, here's one thing.
No, the idea or actual sports?
The idea of them. Because here's one thing that like, maybe I'm getting a little old, or maybe I'm getting a little pretentious meta in my 20-year-old age of being like, oh, I'd be in college at this point, learning about philosophy and stuff. Like, the idea that something so silly as a bunch of grown men kind of getting together, or I guess like grown women too. Girls play sports too sometimes, don't they? Do girls play sports, Michael?
No.
Okay. So the idea of grown men getting together and kind of like playing a game, but people getting so inspired by it and like the things that you feel.
No, so here's where I think we're gonna have to split some hairs. The idea of sports and the modern representation of sports, I think we're gonna have a huge disparity. Because I don't really have a lot of beef with the idea of sports, aka a game where a bunch of dudes run around and do stuff.
And get paid, but like they get paid a lot of money and stuff.
No, that's not the idea of sports. Like, the idea of sports is that you do it for fun. Or for death. Like, you have to compete over who gets to marry Maid Marian. Oh, I forgot archery. The 9th sport.
There are 9 sports.
That's not a good bit.
No. I also looked over there like I had to tell the computer, hey, cut that out. Hey, no, that bit wasn't funny.
Computer, cut that out, please. It was not funny.
Can you just cut it out. Settle down. Get a little rambunctious over there.
The idea of sports is pretty good.
It's pretty good, but like, I don't like sports. Like, I'm kind of a nerdy person. I'm not like actively against them or anything, but like, I'm a big fan of the idea that something so silly can bring so many people together. and kind of like make everybody get on board with this thing.
But I feel like everything else in our country, sports is used way more to divide people than to bring them together.
Sort of, but also like you go, I mean, you may be fighting and you may disagree on who you want to win the Super Bowl, but there's at least one person at your Super Bowl party who wants the same team you do to win, and like whether you know them or not, you all of a sudden are friends for that night because you're cheering so hard for the same team.
When San Francisco won the Major League Baseball Series championship, people rioted in the street. Yeah, the World Cup. There we go. They literally flipped cars and lit them on fire in the streets.
Yeah, which
is a symbol of human like working together to accomplish something.
Yeah. So I mean,
You're swaying me on this.
They showed a really cool thing, and they did it necessarily not in the best way. I'm not condoning flipping cars and lighting things on fire, but I
am. It's a accomplishment of human teamwork. Like, you take people from different races and backgrounds. It doesn't matter what they have in common, but look at what they can accomplish. Mindless violence. That's what our country needs more of right now.
All right, let's dial it back. So let's give a definitive rating for sports. The idea, the thing, the whole shaboodle, if you had to say sports, just when you say the word sports.
What comes to my head?
Yeah, what number?
2.
Woof! Alright.
I don't like the way that sports are now. Like, I like the idea of sports. I don't like sports. Or the culture. Or the fact that they call you a nerd because you like pointy-eared people and dragons, but they're not nerds for liking to watch buff men in tight clothes and count numbers on people's BPA. Like, that's a real bad thing to do. It's a legalized form of bullying in a culture that is both. This is getting way too serious.
Yeah, I was expecting you to give... So, real quick, Michael, we can cut this out. This is how this bit was supposed to go. We were going to say, like, sports is like a 7, and then we're going to be like, well, how can we make sports better? And then we're going to try to introduce some, like, fantasy elements into sports, being like, well, maybe if, like, there was a little more, like, kayfabe, like, wrestling-esque fiction to things like that, and then, like, we can maybe introduce some dragons or something dope.
Colors. Ask me again what I would rate sport.
All right, so Michael, when you think of the word sports, when you think of like sports, there's a number that comes to your head.
2 out of 10. Now ask me why.
Now why?
Because sports don't have heroes. Like, every single athlete that you can think of, like, think about a bunch of teams. Most of these people are mired in felony charges or misdemeanors.
Hold on.
Sorry, I'm getting serious again. Let's try again.
Hold on, real quick. What about my best friend, Timothy Tebow?
Timothy Tebow got kicked out of sports.
No, I'm pretty sure he's a baseball man right now.
He's not going to make it into the pros. You know why?
Does Timo
from esports, League of Legends.
Quick, say something funny, dog.
I don't like seeing men wearing tight pants. Name a sport where men don't wear tight pants.
Poker.
Dang it, you got me. All right, let's try the whole thing again. Let's try the whole thing again.
Michael, when you think of sports, what number comes to your head?
2 out of 10.
Oh, okay. So why do you think of that?
Sports are... People act like they're a big deal, but they're not. They're so dumb. Alright, try again.
Alright, so eventually one of these is going to be very good, and we're going to use them. Michael, when you think of sports, what number comes to your head?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. What are some things that you think could be better about sports? Why is 6? What do you think is wrong with it to not give it that 10?
So how many players play baseball?
Did you get shortstop?
I already counted shortstop, so that's 9. So let's assume that 11 players with 2 on the bench. How many baseball players can you name?
Babe Ruth.
1.
David Ortiz.
2. All right, here's what. Let's cut to the chase. There's too many people that play sports, and there's no way to know who they are because they're all the same. Unless you are Michael Jordan, everyone's the same. We need ways to differentiate people.
So here's what I'm saying. So like wrestling. Here's the thing. I've watched a lot more baseball than I've watched wrestling.
Not amateur wrestling.
No, not amateur wrestling.
Professional wrestling.
Yeah, but check this out. You ready? Jonathan Cena, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, what's his name? I just blanked on his name, but I know it. Roman Reigns. The big boy.
You forgot about The Rock.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Why can't I think of his name?
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar.
Ronda Rousey. Triple H.
Undertaker.
You've named a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah, like, I think sportsmen, the sports boys, need better gimmicks for themselves so I know who they are. Like, why would I care about them?
What if Barry Bonds, instead of being known for, like, a roid scandal, was known for coming out in, like, a motorcycle to, like, metal music, and then he, like, I don't know, had a catchphrase that every single time he hit a home run, he said the catchphrase into a microphone.
Yeah, or, like, dude, I'm getting so pumped about the idea. So, like, sports needs to have more gimmicks to it to make me give a crap.
I have good news for you.
Okay, what is this great news?
There's a man named Vincent McMahon.
Yes, what about Mr. Vincent McMahon?
In the year 2020 AD, Vincent McMahon is going to fix sports. He's going to make sports great again.
What is he doing?
He is going to bring professional wrestling to first football.
So,
it's going to be called the XFL, and Vincent McMahon is going to make football faster and better, and I bet there'll be gimmicks.
In a world where the XFL has zero gimmicks is a world where I'll cease to exist. Like, my body will just wither away to nothing. I'll turn to dust.
So, let's do quick things here. Do we all agree that sports is a 6 out of 10?
Yeah.
We
easy.
all of us here.
Everybody.
Okay.
Definitively, nobody can argue 6 out of 10.
How about professional wrestling?
Now, professional wrestling is a thing that I think is real dumb. And for a long time, I was almost like against it. And the more wrestling I'm exposed to, the more a little bit I buy into it a little bit more. And the more I'm like, I could really get into this, I think.
I'm curious what you're going to say here.
I'm thinking wrestling might be an 8 or a 9 out of 10.
I was going to say 8 out of 10. It's got problems. It's got issues. I was going to make a joke about that song, but I can't remember.
I got issues.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
All right. Now,
did you bring anything to the table?
Ultimately, my thing to the table was literally ice cream. I literally brought ice cream.
You literally brought ice
to
cream
the table. The XFL. What would you rate the idea of the XFL out of 10?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. It's going to transcend.
It is going to be transcendent. It will make sports great again. It will make America great again.
Oh man, political stuff, dog.
It will make the world great again.
There we go.
I can't talk about America. It will make Nebraska great again.
Real quick, do you think that we have a shot for being on the Nebraska team for the XFL?
No.
Do you think we should try, though?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yes. If there's a Nebraska team for the XFL and there are tryouts, I will 100% try out.
Yeah.
I will not make it.
I think you'll make it.
But you will make it.
I'll make it. And and then I'll get famous after years of the XFL.
I can write for you. Like, write gimmicks and stuff.
Well, I mean, of course, it's all going to be just actual athletes doing actual athlete things, but if there's any stories and stuff that has to be written, and then at the very end of my career, I'll say, guys, check out this dope podcast called Life's What You Rate It.
Life's what you rate it, so let's make it rock.
Make it rock, yeah!
Thank you for listening. This has been Life's What You Rate It, episode 1 with Michael.
Marcus. Frick me.
For the website, WackMatters.
You can feel free to...
.com.
You could feel free to look us up on Facebook. Go give that a like. Follow us on Twitter at WackMatters, right?
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at AfroThunda or Afro_Thunda97.
If you like what we do here, there's a special button. If you go to WackMatters.com, there's a special button that you can click that says, I don't remember, donate, I believe, where you can donate money to us. And if you do, you are one of the dumbest people I've ever met.
The day, okay, for real though, like, let's get serious. The day that somebody gives me any money for doing anything creatively is a day that, like, I will
weep.
Cry. Yeah.
I will weep. tears of confusion for why my friends are so bad with their money.
I can't believe I was friends with somebody who's so freaking frivolous with their cash as you are. You dang.
You should probably have a budget, and I don't think that budget included paying money to this pod. No, but really, if you...
I'll be so thankful.
We love to make people laugh.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the whole reason that we waste all of this time, is just to hope that someone else can laugh at our
stupidity
joke. Or stupidity, if that's what you want to call our jokes.
I mean,
I thought we were doing quality content here.
Real quick, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not quality content, but real quick, Michael, can you say definitively that we've done one highbrow joke? One funny, thought-out, clever joke that wasn't just kind of a dumb thing we said?
What do you call a hobbit with a gold chain?
I don't know.
The Lord of the Blings.